Welcome to CCTV security. Two different types of systems here. I have an analog system, and then I have a network or IP camera system. I'm going to show you differences between analog and IP or network. The DVR or digital video recorder, the network video recorder. I'll show you the differences and the benefits, pros and cons. We have the digital video recorder. I have a pre-made small cable. It's a BNC cable designed for CCTV or security camera systems. This is for the analog camera. This is the connection of the camera. It's attached to the camera. This is the BNC or coaxial connection, and this is power. So the video cable goes connected here like this, and this other end goes connected to the DVR on one of these ports here, right here. So you would have to run the cable, install the cable. Wherever you place the camera, you install the camera, and you will have to run the cable and connect it, twist it, push it towards the DVR, and then twist towards the right so it can lock. So, and this is how the image coming from the camera goes into the DVR. But other than the video, we also need a power supply to power up the camera. So you plug this into the outlet. If it's a single camera, or if it's 2, 3, 4 cameras, you can use one of these power supplies, but one per camera. There's different ones that are designed for multiple cameras. I have used some that I can be able to plug it up to 4 different cameras, but this one is a single for a single camera. And this one is it's a 12 volts BDC. It's this is 2.5 amps. So, and it's displayed here. I'm not sure if you can be able to see it, but you have to get the proper amperage for any like a power supply that you're going to use. There's also like a box that you could be able to connect different type of cameras, like different amount. You can have there's boxes that for 4 cameras, 8 cameras, 16, and there's some for more, but you have to select the proper amperage. So other than this connection, you have your you'll have your video display for HDMI 1080p. You have your VGA connection, which is rarely used now, it's obsolete. Then you have your audio outputs, the USB control the DVR connected to a monitor that has HDMI or VGA. Now we're going to be viewing this network video recorder or IP based type of security camera system. We have a camera that it's an IP camera or a network camera, and we have this network port on the camera to connect the network cable. This is a small pre-made network cable. They already sell them like this, and it goes connected here on the network port of the camera, and this one goes on one of the ports of NVR right here. This is for a remote view. This one right here, this is the camera feed to display video of from the camera to the NVR. There's an option where you can run a network cable directly from the camera to the NVR. So instead of coming here directly, you can connect this cable or run a cable from the camera to the network switch or router, and then Connect the NVR to a switch or network port, or find the IP address assigned to the camera. Now this camera has PoE, power over Ethernet, meaning that you connect this one directly to here the NVR, which has a PoE feature to send power through this cable, send video also through this cable, and send audio if the camera has those features. This camera does have audio, has also has power over Ethernet, and has infrared technology. This is a 4K camera right here. You get very good resolution through this camera. This device can be able to send power, or you can have a PoE switch. So you can be able to connect this one to that PoE switch, connected to the same network where the NVR is going to be, and it could be a local area network. There's a special setup that you can do, which I'm gonna make a video of that, of the programming settings, how to program a network IP camera and the DVR, the integration, also the programming and the application on the phone app. I'm gonna be preparing a video for that, because I want to show you guys how to program, not just show you the display, how they look, how you connect them. And there's also, instead of getting pre-wire cables, I mean this cable you will have to run it through the walls, or you run it through the structure of like a house or a warehouse. So what we technicians do is, this is a small cable that comes in a box of 500 or 1,000 feet. So this cable, you have to make the connection. This is an RJ45 connector that you basically make your own cable. So you use whatever, like say 50 feet, 100 feet, 2, 3, 4, 500 feet, and you run it wherever you're gonna connect this. So this is what you do. I pre-did this one, but you actually have to, there's a special setup. There's a code, actually a way you can set these up. This is a T568B setup, which is most one of the most basics out there. A lot of technicians do this. This is how I became a technician, learning how to do these cables. So it's fun making them. I'm gonna cut it so I can be able to connect it, insert the RJ45 connector. I already have the colors aligned. Press it. You gotta make sure that the every single cable. This is 8 small little cables. This is a twisted pair. There's 4 pairs of section 2. So you untwisted them, you align them, you do the color code according to the T568B setup. And this is a crimper. You actually crimp 2 different parts. There's some like a metal, actually copper little pieces right here in the front, and then you also crimp a little plastic to press the jacket, this plastic cover of the cable, so it won't snap off. So this thing, if you see here, it puts pressure down. This is for the not the technicians, so people that don't know about this type of work. So you press it, and if you notice, the little copper pieces are pressed in, so they puncture the each cable, and then it compress the jacket, so Even if you pull it, this is going nowhere. So there you go. There's your little network cable. This is a Cat 6 cable. You can get this in like your supply store, or they even sell this in Home Depot. And so you can buy the boxes. This is a Cat 6 solid copper. This is one of the best Cat 6s, because there's one that has some different type of metal called I think I forgot what it's called, but there's different types. This is solid copper. This is more expensive than the other type of cable that has a different type of metal that is not as good quality as the copper. So you see, I can connect this cable here, and then connect it here, or connect it wherever I prefer to. And there we go. We have our connection. Oh, oops, it didn't click because it has a little plastic piece right there, and it has a click, so you can lock. All right, so this camera has another option to put a power supply like this one. The reason to put a power supply would be to connect it to a regular switch, a network switch, non-PoE, meaning that there's not going to be power going through the, that's it, when you plug it into a different switch, a regular switch, and the camera is far away, and you put this power supply connected, or a power supply box close to where the camera is going to be, a section wherever you can plug this in. So this could be here in this room. The NVR could be in a different room or a different area, so you don't necessarily have to run a power cable to power up the camera. You can do it with this same location, and the network cable does have to go to the nearest switch or directly to the NVR if it's in the same location. Now the NVR has, of course, its network ports, one for each camera. This one's up to 8 cameras, but there's some that is for 4. This one's for 8. There's 16, 32, 64 channel NVRs. There's another option to connect the network cameras or IP cameras to a nearest switch instead of going directly to the NVR, and you can just remotely access the each camera with an assigned IP address that you assign to each camera. So you don't have to necessarily connect it directly to the NVR. It could go to a nearest switch or router, and you can just program and look for them remotely, program, change different features inside the camera. The camera has a interface feature that you can be able to program, change the address, change several settings, resolution. You can add a name to the camera. So if it's my front door, I can name it front door or back door or driveway or wherever. There's different features that you can assign to these cameras. Thank you for your interest in CCTV security. I appreciate your support, your like, and I hope you enjoyed this and learned about security camera systems.